All right, what's up, people? So I'm about to leave to Chicago for this lyrical lemonade fest that Cole Bennett's doing. We got a little pop-up shop going on out there. Ooh, had to get that burp off. But I figured that would bring you guys some news because I really feel bad when I abandon this channel and don't post on here. But anyway, yeah, come on out to our meet and greet. God, I have multiple burps during that. That's so bad. It's because I just chugged water. Anyway, come on out to our meet and greet. We're going to be doing it in Chicago. It's going to be dope. Follow No Jumper on Instagram, etc. Let's look at one of the weirdest stories that came out today. So, shout out to Hot New Hip Hop as well. I just want to say that they do a great job with the whole rap blog thing. I end up looking through a lot of rap blogs on a daily basis, and I feel like Hot New Hip Hop might be the best one. Famous Dex posts a bloody update to fans after suicide scare. Don't cry. So basically what happened is that there came out a photo on Dex's Instagram where it's right here. If you probably can't really tell here, but he's got these like holes in his arm here. I don't know if you're looking at this under a magnifying glass, you could probably tell, but it looks based on this photo like he tried to kill himself, which could you see Dex trying to kill himself? I don't really buy it. I don't know. Like, it just doesn't seem like, could you imagine famous Dex going and getting a razor blade and slicing his own wrists? No, because you want to know what? If Dex was suicidal, you know how he'd kill himself? Fucking pills or something. You know, he would find like a way less abrasive way. So anyway, as soon as I saw this, I didn't believe it for a split second. But then I guess he posted another photo after this one. Oh, see, I didn't have to go looking for it. He posted this one after too, which looks super creepy. In the first one, he had this like terrible, misleading thumbnail that said, or not thumbnail, but description. The description said, "killing myself." That was literally what he wrote. Now, this is a thing that a lot of rappers, to be honest, have done. Is that all kinds of rappers have either, faking a murder attempt or faking being shot is so ridiculously common. I'm pretty sure we saw King doing that the other day. That's super common, but I'm pretty sure at this point that I've seen other rappers sort of fake a suicide attempt too, just to get a little viral clout. I don't know. You guys can probably remember their names or whatever. But then this time he posted this photo, which you can see the camera guy right here, and he wrote, "Don't cry, no, the wave killer." So, I mean, Dex really has a way about posting captions where just really don't make any sense. So I guess you can't really blame him. But anyway, I'm going to read this. Earlier in the day, we reported the Chicago-born famous Dex had posted a terrifying photo on his social pages, along with an even more troubling caption that got his peers worriedly reaching out in support. The rapper shared an image of himself with blood on his arms and visible cuts as he was seated with a towel around his waist. From the withdrawn and glazed over look of his eyes, he appeared to have been crying, and his worrisome caption read, "Killing myself." The shocking post generated a flood of concerned comments from fans and fellow artists alike, with Offset taking to reaching out in an emotional plea to potentially save his fellow musician. "You a man of God, my boy. Pray. You got kids, dog. They need you," the Migos artist wrote. So, number one, somebody should teach Offset about commas, because this is a very confusing sentence. "You a man of God, my boy. Pray. You got kids, dog. They need you." It doesn't really... It's kind of hard to parse exactly what he means with all the commas. I think I figured it out, though. Well, anyway, I guess the question is, what do I think of this? Where is Famous Dex at in his career? You know, he hit me up the other day and he said that he was ready to do another interview. Has not materialized just yet, but I am definitely down to do that. I mean, I had a Dex interview over 2 years ago for sure, maybe like 3 years ago. And the thing that I remember from the Dex interview is, number one, that like the whole reason why we're doing the Dex interview was because we had to talk about the domestic abuse video allegations that came out about him back in the day. And I just recall that he did a very, very good job handling it. I thought he like contextualized him being sorry very well. He did a good job with that. But then the other thing is Cole Bennett, who, again, Chicago, Cole Bennett did his interview that same night. And it's crazy because at that time, the Famous Dex interview was huge to me. And the Cole Bennett interview was like, I was happy to be doing it. Don't take this the wrong way at all. But it didn't seem like a big deal. It seemed like I was just kind of interviewing like a dude who had a cool thing going, but was basically just, doing a music video channel, which plenty of people have done before. And it's kind of crazy to think that in that short period of time, Cole Bennett he has 10 million subscribers now. And then Dex, on the other hand, to be totally honest, it feels like his career took a bit of a downturn from there. I mean, there was a time where Famous Dex could do no wrong. Every single fucking thing he put on YouTube, granted, he was putting it up on WorldStar for the most part, but he was doing stupid numbers, like crazy. And I'm going to be honest with you, a few different things probably went wrong, but the main thing that I think went wrong in this whole thing is just the fact that Dex flooded the market way too crazy. And when you have sort of like a simple value proposition like he has in terms of like his rapping ability and stuff, like what's Famous Dex really selling? He's a fun, silly, funny, fun-loving guy, He's sort of rapping in sort of a silly way, and he's not really lyrical, but he has a nice vibe, and he makes songs that have a good feel to him. I mean, that energy is hard to harness and hard to hold on to. And Dex is a good example of that because, it's like his wave was big as hell for a moment, but then, he didn't really like capitalize on it in the way that he maybe could have, because a lot of that stuff I'm saying when I describe Dex, I mean, you could take that same stuff and use that to describe Cardi at a certain point in his career. But then what did Cardi do? Cardi kept building, and he put out a couple classic projects. Maybe you don't say classic, but, definitely very, very highly notable projects. And, he managed to advance his position to the point where he doesn't have to put out music all that often. He has this cult fan base thing. I mean, all that is just very, very hard to base a career on just that cool factor. And it feels like with Dex, I don't know to the extent to which drugs were a part of it, but it does feel like, he sort of is like the kind of guy who when he's on and when he's great on camera, he's awesome. He's like super amazing. Everybody loves him, blah, blah, blah. But then when he's all fucked up off drugs, I'm basically saying the same thing I said about Lil Xan recently, is that when he's fucked up off drugs, it's not so good. It's like people might say, like it's kind of a meme to say that the fans want to see you fucked up on drugs. These kids love Xans and perks and Molly, blah, blah, blah. Okay, there's some truth to that. But then at the same time, if you're looking all perked out on your story or whatever, that's not that becoming. With Dex, it was lean and Xans, I'm assuming. But, yeah, after a while, the fans kind of get over it. And it's hard to stay hot when you're sort of using that as a thing. But anyway, like, the thing about Dex is that he's signed to 300. Now, say what you will about 300. They have an interesting history where they've put out a lot of stuff that some of it has done quite well, and some artists have left 300 not feeling so great about what went on. He signed to 300, right? It's not Interscope, is it? I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Whatever. Either way, Dex had his moment with that Rocky song. The song with Rocky, the label was pushing that so friggin' hard on me. Just trying to get me to act like I liked it, or like just to post this clip of the Dex and Rocky song. And at one point I told him, I'm like, I don't really think this is it. It actually got bigger than I really expected it to, because I didn't really care for the song that much. And he has had songs in recent memory that have blown up. But in terms of like what I would do if I was Dex and I wanted to, or if I was managing Dex, which is probably more realistic, I'd get away from the drugs for sure. I would leave that whole. I don't know to what extent that is a thing, because Dex has posted about being sober in recent memory. But I've also seen Dex post about being sober and then seen him buying lean like a couple days later. So I don't know. To me, the suicide thing is just kind of, I guess I'm making associations here, and I'm just assuming that Dex might not be in a great mental state, since he's apparently kind of sort of faking a suicide on Instagram. But hey, it's for a music video. It's for the art. So because you can't be that mad about it. I can't believe it's almost 10 minutes in and I already forgot about this insanely weird detail. Look at this. This is a screenshot from Bella Thorne's Snapchat that somebody posted, directing Famous Dex music video today. So, I actually think the way I posted this was pretty funny, because I just put that and then that. So it seems like he tried to kill himself because of however Bella Thorne went about directing the music video. I thought it was funny. I mean, if you guys don't think it's funny, that's okay. But I thought it was pretty funny. But no, in fact, it seems that Bella Thorne may have been the one who came up with this idea for Famous Dex to, slice his own wrist for a music video. Now, Bella Thorne, I will say, she's been going through a lot. She's probably mad at mankind because she got this hacker who, was threatening to expose her nudes. She ended up having to expose her nudes herself. I don't know. Maybe she's like taking out some of her rage on Famous Dex by making him fake kill himself for a music video. That's my theory. That's definitely my theory. Like and comment on this video. And anybody out there who's in Chicago, I will see y'all very, very soon. Appreciate you guys. I promise I'm going to be updating this channel more. And actually, I think I'm about to make another video right now. Peace.